Hello gang, and today we're gonna go through the patch notes of Wolverine and the death of Wolverine new uniform we just took, and the patch notes that it's about him and Sabretooth. We had already one sneak peek for both of them, and they're telling us here that Sabretooth is getting a tier 3 and a uniform, and Wolverine is getting a tier 4 and a uniform, and that's all what we're gonna wait. There is a patch that basically it's going just to download a small update on your phone. You don't even going to understand it, but it's suddenly you're gonna have the new characters. It's someone in between the morning for me basically, and let's go through to see what our boy Wolverine and Sabretooth are getting, and if they are going to be the new meta for the Otherworld battle and timeline battle, because both of them looks like PvP, and of course tier 4 characters are always good for PvE. You know, tier 4 are pulling out a lot for PvE, but for PvP is only specific characters that they can participate and having a lot of value. And we have seen that characters got the same artifact with Wolverine, like his Carnage. He had a huge impact into the when he get the tier 4, he had a huge impact into the timeline battle, into the alliance tournament, alliance conquest, and now Otherworld battle. So we have to be careful on what he gets and what he's going to have like a new thing, you know, on his uniform. So that's why I dropped his old uniform stats and everything here, so I can go back and see what he's getting or not, and if something is new or not, because I can't really remember everything, as you can understand. I haven't played with Sabretooth or with Wolverine for a long time, and I'm not able to remember all these specific things that they're getting. So we're gonna go back to back to see what's the new, what's the old, what is going to happen or not. So stay tuned into that to see the small letters, and don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure that you have hit the notification bell, and of course that you're going to participate into my giveaway video I dropped 2 days ago. I'm gonna drop a link down below in the description for it, and also there is my Discord and the team there and the group of people that can support you. There's a community active daily, more than 400 people there that can help you for GBR, rifts, advices, whatever, roasting. You can find the best characters to use on a lot of game modes like ABL and TBX, and also finding out the rotation of the characters. So yeah, let's go fast forward through that to see what our boy Wolverine is getting. And okay, feels like his uniform effect says 15% chain hit damage, skill damage, bonus damage, and let's see his old uniform how it looks like. It's 15 chain hit here. He already have 15 chain hit, increase skill damage 30. Oh, he get 10% skill damage, bonus damage, and oh, the bonus damage is 35. Okay, the bonus damage is getting an increase of 5, and the skill damage getting an increase of 10. That should be really serious for PvE, you know. It's getting a boost on his damage for PvE for sure. And the rest, chain hit is the same, recovers 100%, recovers 100. Oh, they changed the timing on the cooldown also, so you're getting the heal later, earlier. You can get 2 times heal if you stay alive for 100 seconds. For PvP, perhaps sometimes, but for PvE, it's something that you're going to have, you know, 2 times to, you know, more than 100 seconds World Boss Legend, I mean, because 100 seconds it was the challenge also. But yes, let's see the rest, and the rest is his tier 3 that I'm seeing right now, which I'm not sure what he had also. So let's fast forward into his skills here and see his tier 3 skill, how it looked like before and how it's going to look like right now. So the skill basically, okay, you can't see the skill, right? So let me fix that. So now it's fine. So as you can see, he's getting 50% bleed damage instead of burn damage, and that's something usual, you know, when he's changing from the Phoenix Force uniform into the normal uniform. There is no burns to happen, so it's normal. So the effect feels the same. It was doing 30% additional fire damage, but now it's doing 50% damage with bleed, decreased recovery rate, which is something new. You're decreasing the recovery rate and you remove elasticity where previously you wouldn't. So that's something extra on his tier 3, and that's mostly for PvP as it seems. 80% ignore dodge, that it wasn't there. And ignore dodge, this meta is really important for a world boss, for other world battle, basically, because there are Spider-Mans, and on Timeline there is full of Spider-Man where they have guarding crit, dodge rate, his passive ability. So 80% is going to be really good. If you manage to charge your tier 3 fast enough and do it, you're gonna actually kill a Spider-Man probably. And the accumulation feels exactly the same, 1%, 10%. Oh, now it says 1% and 1% of pure damage accumulated. Previously was accumulate 10% of pure damage. I guess that's a typo, because accumulates 10% of pure damage and now accumulates 1% of pure damage. Oh, perhaps it's lower. Okay, it's lower level on the skill. Okay, it's lower level. Yeah, that's something common. And after, it's his passive ability, 50-50-50, it's still there, 50-50-50, and there is his tier 2 passive ability with 20% ignore defense and decrease basic damage by 25, and also the heal. So everything feels the same, 25, heal 6%, 20, ignore defense. So let's go into his first, second, and third skill. That there feels like, you know, that's the less important. Blade stun. Okay. Oh, now he got silence on his first, so he's going to be meta also for his ABX day. You know, he got silence on his first skill. That's important too. His second skill feels like gets the moving, the webpad skill, and his third skill, it's this one, and here his third skill loses the counter attack and loses more, 50% penetration. There is no penetration on this skill. Okay, that's weird. 50% penetration here, but here there's no penetration. So he's losing the penetration on his third skill and the counter attack and the ignore targeting effect. So he doesn't have that on his third skill, and his third skill, it's pretty basic, giving you a 50% buff paralysis for ABX and ABL, and also and proc, a 50% proc, which is way worse than this third skill. His fourth skill used to do these effects, and now let's see. Okay, ignore target dodge. Okay, they removed the ignore target dodge from his fourth skill and they put it on the tier 3 as it seems. So, and he also do some burn damage here, decrease fire resist. So they translate that into ignore targets dodge and decrease recovery rate. So in his fourth skill he also got decreasing recovery rate, which is really nice. We have to wait and see how this is going to be translated into other world battle and timeline battle, how important this is going to be. And here he got into his fifth skill, 40% penetration, remove active buff, and on the new fifth skill he got exactly the same. No, he got enables ignore targeting. So his fifth skill, you remember that it's a skill that he's jumping around and he is getting himself into an iframe. So his fifth skill, they removed totally the counter attack, where for Adam Warlock works really nice, but for Wolverine wasn't working that well. I don't remember myself one-shotting anyone with Wolverine ever, but yes, perhaps it's my bad or I wasn't playing him properly. But as we can see here, they did remove the counter and they did put the ignore targeting effect tag on this skill, and his 5th skill is really nice because he's jumping around and you can kill multiple people, you know, multiple others during your 5th skill into the other world battle, jumping from the one character to the other and, you know, confuse the enemies. So I feel like his 5th skill is going to be really nice now, and they also add some new effects as it seems. There is the penetration here that there is also into the 5th skill. Now it's 60% penetration. Previously it was 40% and 50% here. So he had 50 on the 3rd and 40 on his 5th skill. Now he removed from his 3rd skill, they removed it and they added into the 5th skill, where into the 5th skill you have 60% penetration, you have the ignore targeting effect, and you have a really solid 5th skill that also has ignore target dodge. So you're ignoring dodge of the enemies like really a lot with a lot of your skills. 4th skill, 5th skill, and your tier 3. So it's really anti-Spider-Man character as it seems. And also we have to see that remove active buff, there is no remove active buff from the enemy, but we took decreased debuff duration, something we were missing. And decreased debuff duration, it means like if you get a sleep, if you get a paralysis, if you get a stun, if you get the guard break thing from Jean Grey that is stunning you over and over, this thing is gonna cost you, it's gonna translate into your meat. You know, if this effect has, let's say, 5 second stun, you're gonna get 1 second stun because 90% is going to decrease. So it's really nice for PvP. It's like perhaps no need to run with specific, you know, leadership. Perhaps this character is gonna work for you even without that. But yes, we have to wait and see. He seems really nice, really PvP focused, and we have to wait and see about Wolverine. Basically, let's see his tier 4 also, something new that he didn't had, and it's pretty much the same, all basic attack by 80%, okay, increase his HP by 60%, so that's something like a proc, and because he's healing all over the time, you know, over the time he's healing from his passive, this 60% is gonna get boosted really fast, and he's going to get it's going to give him, you know, the opportunity to live one more life. You know, if you get your artifact popped out and you get that too, you're gonna have to kill 1 Wolverine and a half Wolverine more. And they increase active buff effects by 20%. It's really nice buff, and it's for 5 seconds. That means that this thing gonna boost your passive abilities. That basically not the passive abilities, all the other abilities. I was wrong. All the active buffs, but active buff is your CTP. Active buff is your ISO set, it's your cards, is all the effects you have from the other skills. So you're gonna get 24%. 20% basically more of everything, and that's really nice. But we have to see see ourselves how he performs for PvP and PvE. But his tier 4 feels promising, and I feel like it's a new one. I don't feel like this was in the game previously. You know, I don't remember someone having the same effects, but perhaps I'm remembering wrong. And yes, but now it's time for our boy Sabretooth, who is waiting patiently here with his uniform that I guess no one buy ever. I didn't buy the uniform. I have him with his normal look, you know. I haven't buy his uniform, but that's because I was always only using him for Shadowland and nothing else. He had this uniform, but he didn't took anything special back there. It's just 10 hit damage, and also his skills. I can't really remember what's going on with his skills generally. So let's start from somewhere and see how he was before on the, basically, you know what, I'm going into his uniform to see the skills. Change skills. Oh, it's only one skill. Okay, it's only one skill, so that's easy. only his third skill got changed. But yeah, let's go and see. So as you saw previously on his uniform, he didn't had anything. He had only chain hit, so now he getting decreased basic damage by 40% for some reason. That's a lot, I think. Guard break immunity, that means that... Cheers, I'm talking a lot, I need to drink some. So yes, he's going to have guard break immunity, so you don't need to use CTPs with guard break immunity or obelisks. That's really nice because you can stack up double HP or something, you know, and stay alive more with an obelisk. Now his first skill feels pretty garbage. I don't need to go through his old uniform to check it out, but let's check this out. Okay, on his third skill, on his second skill, he didn't had on his first and second skill. Okay, he didn't had anything, and the only thing that he had on his third skill was this kind of immunity. So now he gets all of these text on his second skill, which is silence, mockery. Oh, the mockery effect is a similar effect that we have now on the other world battle, and we had in the game previously, but I can't really remember on which character, but I remember we have taken that once. I'm not sure which one, but there is a similar buff on the other world battle that when you give this buff to a character, this character is forcing the enemies to attack him. It's like a taunt, and in the same time you're reducing everything by 100% chance to not get guard broken, to not get basically to not get penetrate through from the enemies when you're doing your second skill. So potentially, if you have a super tanky basically, how it's called, bro? I have called his name multiple times and now I can't. Sabretooth, yes. When you have your Sabretooth super tanky, you can spam his second skill, taunt all the enemies into your face, and you have to stay alive. This is gonna be really hard. How you gonna stay alive with all these tier 4s? But yes, it perhaps, yeah, we have to figure out how this is going to work in the game. At the moment, in my mind, he's going to be good for Alliance Conquest, I guess. But yes, let's see. Previously, he had all attack buff on his third skill. He keeps it. He have the remove active buff. He loses that, but he gets super armor. He gets all basic defense up, and he keeps the buff he had and get a boost on it. He had 25, now he got 45, and he got chance to become immunity on the damage. Previously he didn't have. Oh, he had the same, grant all damage immunity, grant all damage immunity. So he is he keeps the same third skill also. His fourth skill was too poor, but now he got some skills on it. Increase skill damage by 35% and increase bonus damage by 30% as an active buff. Okay, that's not that usually happens, you know, they don't usually give skill damage and bonus damage as an active buff. So perhaps this means that you can increase that from something like Wolverine's tier 4, you know, if you get something that increase your buffs, this fourth skill potentially could do even more damage. But yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work. And his fifth skill used to have 60% penetration, elasticity and paralysis, and paralyzed basically, and now got paralysis. Decreased recovery rate. Again, we see that decreased recovery rate. It's something I'm not seeing that often, but I feel that perhaps this is something new. Decreased recovery rate. That means that the enemy can't really heal all the capacity of the heal that he could. So potentially he and Wolverine could kill Jean Grey's third skill, where she's healing over and over and over and over the damage you're doing. So if you're doing damage with your fifth skill and you're cutting her heal, you can potentially kill Jean Grey with him and with Wolverine. So yes, we have to wait and see. Basically, it's not that far. And his tier 3 here, as you can see previously, he didn't had any. His tier 3 looks like Wolverine's tier 3, looks like Black Panther's tier 3, looks like every character that got claws. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but everyone who got claws got a skill that he's scratching all the screen. So yes, it's pretty much the same. The abilities, it's not that important. He got 150% proc on his third tier 3. That means that if you let the skill, it's going to be like, if you manage to proc with that, you're gonna have like 350% more damage on one hit. So that's good but bad in the same time. And now, yes, he's getting the same artifact as Wolverine. So now makes sense. His third skill now make way more sense, because now you know that if you build him tanky, and he has his second skill, basically he can utilize this mockery and his artifact is engaged, you know. Oh my god, you're gonna have way more time to use your skills, because this thing, it's only it's 7 seconds on. This is 6 quality and it's 7 seconds. So for 7 seconds you can be immune and redo your second skill, because your second skill potentially has how much cooldown? 9 seconds. So you can spam your second skill and in the same time have your artifact in like 2 times in the, if you have the 6-star artifact. So basically, you know what, all this is something that we can't really say a lot before we see, because it's a tier 3 level 70 and we're talking about tier 4s here. And that's something people sent me already and make fun of me. And NETMARBLE, are you kidding? Are you pranking me? What's that, bro? I just yesterday uploaded the video doing the 100-second challenge for Kang the Conqueror, and the dudes just dropped the time from 100 to 150. I paid for this World Boss Legend stage 20 because I couldn't do the 100-second challenge. I had already done the 150-second challenge, and now I paid for it. I feel so stupid, but yeah, it is what it is. I feel that's the fair thing to do, because it was undoable at stage 19 by me. Okay, it's stage 19, but at least I have a tier 4th full build, Odin's Blessing, brilliant rages with my Thor, and Thor double support was really hard to do it. So yes, you changed it and it was proper to do. This one, it's really easy. The 150 challenge, I did it the first day of trying. So it's really easy and everyone should be able to do that. For stage 19. And what else? Yes, this annoying thing became less annoying. 70% was a lot sometimes, 50% it's more fair, you know, but still, you know, I feel like it's pretty much the same, because your characters, to be honest, don't have 70%, they're full. If you lose a character, you can't get that, so all your characters at 50%. So you potentially need to kill the enemy with your first 2 characters, or else you're losing it. So what's the point? But yes, okay, that's my thoughts. All characters at 50, yeah, it's, I mean, yeah, okay. And they fix that, and they also give us double rewards for this. The people that haven't take the rewards for the weekly reset, they just took them. So yes, they give us some extra materials for swords, and I'm ready to do it again, the thing that I did the other time. I feel like I have, yeah, 2,200, so I'm looking forward to use the materials that they give us, and I'm looking forward to test Wolverine and Sabretooth. So Sabretooth. Okay, I was saying him Saber, but it's Sabre. Weird. That was it. I'm looking forward for that. I'm gonna drop videos as soon as possible. I was thinking for a live stream, but I have no time. I'm like that in my personal life, so yeah, sorry, but yeah, I'm gonna get back into the live stream as soon as possible. I'm able to. Thank you for being here. I hope I helped you decide if you're going to buy this uniform, and I promise I'm gonna drop content as soon as possible. The parts is landed, and sometimes some hours after. See you into the next video. Thank you for being here. Smash the like button. Kisses in your faces.